What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another great episode of Our Smooth Club, the show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. I'm Arrington Gavin, and alongside with me are some of my good friends, business owner. I have Mr. Jonathan Jones, and new to the club, I have Mr. Danny Hinton. Okay, what's going on, Danny?
What's happening?
Thanks for being here, guys. What is going on?
What's up?
How's
man?
everybody doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Well, look, I'm gonna get started with this topic of the day. Starting about for newcomers that are into the business, entering the business field, starting a business, the first step process. So I always say when you first want to say join and become a business owner, you should first see if there is a market for it. See if it's essential, because you never want to start a business and you ain't gonna make no money off it. I made money for like the past 3 years, but it's dead now. That's nothing. I mean, you don't want to do that. So look at something that's long term. Define those statistics. See, okay, if there's a market for it, then you check out your competition. Don't basically gravitate and copy exactly what they're doing, but see how I can be a cut up from them. So check out your competition. Then you start putting on paper, whether it's your title, whatever field you're doing, all that good stuff. And then you got to look at how you can, what's the word I'm looking for? Building a small team, whether it's a team of 2 or a team of 3. Go to people that are close in your circle, whether it's family or friends. Be like, hey, look, I'm starting a business. I really can't, pay you that much, but if you're willing just to help me out a little bit, I really appreciate it. That's how you start building up. And then if it succeeds, okay, good. That's a team that you're building. Then you start adding more, because you gotta think about you pay for incorporation, trademark, graphic designer. What else am I looking? Web designer, all that good stuff. All that stuff costs money. Evaluate your risk too. Okay, evaluate your risk, because if you are, say, doing a job right now and you say, look, I'm gonna hurry up and just hop into this because I know I'm gonna make money for it, you're always gonna have to start having more income coming in. So if you're not gonna make money, you're screwed, right? So I want to ask you guys, like, what are some of the biggest fails that you think newcomers and new business owners always face? And Danny, I'll start with you.
I think the biggest thing is business plan. Having a plan from beginning to end, and figuring out exactly how much money you're gonna need. And I think sometimes when you go get a business loan, some people get too much money,
Absolutely.
and you just need to get what you need to use for graphic designs or anything that's going to cost, that you don't want to.
And that's a good point. You brought up loans, because like I always, when I share a story, I always share my story. Like my focus was never to get a loan, because for one, I'm like, I don't want to know that I owe someone else money. Just let me just work on it myself, because I was already working, doing other jobs. I worked in retail. I was working at Costco's at the time, right? Nothing against Costco, but it was, I was working at Costco's, and I branched off, worked in physical therapy. The job that I hated was helping, generate money that can go into my dreams. So a lot of people are like, man, I just want to hurry up and quit this job, man. I'm done with this. They ain't doing nothing. Hey, easy now. Be smart now. If that's oncoming income coming in to help benefit your business, you got to strategize. So that's a part of the whole evaluating your risk.
I think like originality is like a big key thing. It's like people, they see, oh, well, I kind of know him. Like he did this. He got it like real quick. Like I want to follow his little steps, but that don't work for everybody. Like the biggest thing for me is like YouTube is my best friend. Like I learned so much information from YouTube and people talking and going through the things. But like the thing is, like, instead of looking at how to do this, how to be successful, it's like, look at the things, the videos that they say what not to do when you're doing. I think that's the key thing. Is like a lot of people, they get caught up in a circle of the social media, and they see the flashy stuff, but it's like the things of not to do to get you to that point quicker. Like that's like the big thing, I think.
And also too, be willing to accept the help, because you don't want to be a kind of like a stubborn newcomer business and be like, I got this. No, I mean, I'm always continuing to learn through my process. I'm just going on 3 years of being a business owner, but I'm still learning. I'm still a student. So I look at someone that's been in the business for like 10 to 15 years. An older person's been, 20 plus. Let me listen and see, okay, what are some strategies how I can benefit, especially being a salesman? Because when I first started, I when the hell did I start? I started in August of 2017. I started doing like small vending shows because that's how I knew I can build my clientele. Was let me go one on one and talk with them. Let me get more comfortable promoting my business, and then from there on, I said, okay, let me start off with with my website, and I launched my website in November of 2017. I know I didn't want to do a brick and mortar store, but I want to say, hey, look, what right now is like more focused in society is online. So I'm like, let me focus more online. That's when I said web designer, because you always want to have a great website so people can actually check you out.
That's another thing is that contacts, because like a bunch of my friends, like they have like their own things, and it's not even a question to me. Like I'm gonna support you, like whatever. Because when that time comes around, and it has like, it's easier to get people on your team that want to just promote your stuff instead of you messaging, hey man, you trying to help me out a little bit, because then it just seems more like a favor, not just something that's
really good going on. I got this good deal.
But that's the best thing is to have a good team and try not to do everything yourself.
Absolutely.
Or not try to take shortcuts. I'm gonna do the web myself. It's cheaper. If you want it good, you gotta pay somebody.
Exactly. And on top of that stresses you out, man. You want to do everything yourself, which I still try to, but I gotta say, hey, look, I'm not a professional in that field. I'm not a graphic designer, so I leave it to him, and then boom, that's you. A person in charge of your like marketing. Hey, that's not in my field. That's for you. So again, you have to always build a small. Because when I first started, I had close friends. One good best friend of mine is willing to to help me out, and then I had a family member also. When I first started, it was easy. They put their time out for me. It helped me so I can focus on other things. And then from there on, we still kind of grow and add more people to the team.
Still got to be people that you trust too.
Absolutely.
Like people like, oh yeah, I can do that.
You can't get that one cousin you haven't spoke to in like 18
and then you look
years,
at
right?
it like, because that's just gonna add more stress to you if you can even trust the person.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing too.
And then understanding the business, between marketing and branding and
Absolutely.
all of these things that go into having a successful business.
Absolutely.
And one hiccup can kind of derail your business and where you want to go. So educate yourself exactly on what you want to do in every aspect, marketing, branding.
And that's the thing. Maybe you might have a friend that is a business owner. Be like a that can be your mentor right there, and say, look, okay, I can watch how you do the roast. Okay, I see exactly where it's going. And again, when I said check out the competition and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to mainly bring that up because again, we like to inform people here on this show, especially new upcoming business owners, people that think about even entering starting a business, millennials as well. And so guys, I hope we definitely inform them on some information. We're going to continue to talk more about business tips for in the future season. So guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have my main man Danny with the next topic. So be right back on the R Smooth Club.
You suffer from patchiness or irritation and want a fuller beard? Rugged Evolution features 16 amazing balms, oils, shampoos, and accessories. For more information, go to ruggedevo.com.
And remember, rugged is the new smooth.
We're back with our Smooth Club. Fellas, want to talk a little bit about life insurance. Just had death in the family. My father passed back in March. And that was my first time really having to go through dealing with life insurance and how important it is to have life insurance. My mom and I go down to the funeral home and, they discussing prices. And the lady on the calculator, she just tapping and tapping. I'm looking at my mom like, she's still tapping the numbers. And it come back and, it was close to $15,000. And, luckily, my dad had life insurance, enough to cover. But most importantly, for my mom to still live and pay bills. So what do you guys think? How important is life insurance? And also, is affordable? And do you guys think that we should have it as, it should be important as having a cell phone bill or any other bill?
I definitely think it's as important as having a cell phone bill for how much we can spend on cell phones. Come on, you just had the new iPhone 12 come out in the past year, so it's definitely important, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I don't even think about. Because again, both my parents are well in like 50s, 60s, so I don't think about it. But it's like it's something to have the conversation with them, so you can won't be kind of like past due on things because it is expensive. I mean, like you said, 15 grand, boom, right there, and you still have other stuff to pay. I believe is very important that we should, whether it's taking not taking classes, but going checking out like webinars or something on life insurance because that's something that we kind of just rub off on last minute because or wait once okay boom this person's sick okay now we can start doing that. I mean that's something we should start. I mean really doing now, and I'm definitely bad at that because again, I mean I'm 25, so I don't think it from my own, and nor do I want to hear about my parents ever saying like hey look I think we should definitely start looking for life insurance. Then they gonna be like what you trying to do? What you trying to say? You trying to take me out, huh? You want my money? But all jokes aside, I think it's definitely important to be informed on that stuff. So
absolutely,
I'm in the same boat as you. My dad, he passed almost 10 years ago. And I remember sitting there, like they were going through all the things, and I was like, Mom, why does that cost so much? Like a casket, like that, why does that cost so much? And like just seeing like, and people that get caught up like that, and then like you lose a loved one, and then you have to worry about bills because like you don't have life insurance. Like that's something that's like it could change somebody's life.
Absolutely.
The ones that are still here, like so, it's definitely some people want to put stuff off and do it, but I mean, especially at this time, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like
that's true. That's true.
Like,
That's true.
And I think it luckily, my brother and I, we was younger. I think he was 21, but we got kind of a package deal. We got investments and we got life insurance, but I didn't know. I just know that we needed life insurance. And then I ended up getting a second policy. So I had two policies, but it wasn't because I was informed. It was just, it came with the investment,
Exactly.
But,
exactly.
Down the road, I understood how important it is to have life insurance, and life insurance isn't that expensive,
And well, and to follow up with JJ, I mean, you look at what we went through in 2020 with the whole pandemic. I mean, unemployment was at a record high. So for people, and a lot of people, we lost a lot of lives. We lost over 200,000 plus lives. So you think of all of that, people weren't unaware. Like, oh, he's good. I mean, I was watching an interview. This lady, she lost her husband, who was of good health, athletic, all that good stuff. Passed from COVID. And she had 3 kids, two or three kids. So again, that's when you all say, "Oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I do this?"
That just don't derail you from like that. You could
and
not recover from that.
Exactly, and then it's so sad because you're still paying off probably your mortgage for your house. You still got kids that are entering in the college. I mean, it's all these bills on the one person, and it's a lot, man. It's just it's scary at one point because it's like again we're never like thinking ahead of time. I mean, again, you don't want to think about losing a loved one. So that's something you never want to talk about wills. You never want to talk about life insurance. Those are the two main things you never want to talk about in the family because you don't want to picture or even think about them being gone. That's just, I mean, that's for me and my family because I'm a mama's boy. I don't want to think about her losing her or anything, or my dad or my fiance. I mean, it's just I don't want to think about that. So
even with that, when you go do your bills for the month, you got your cell phone bill, you got your water bill, you got your electric bill, but usually life insurance isn't considered one of those, which is
literally that's on the table that you just toss right off.
That's if I got it left over. That's let me pay that. But even when you something happens to you or whoever, and you leave behind kids and stuff like that, still got mortgage to pay, car note, still have to live, still have to take care of the kids. And if one person is gone, this is one income gone. If you don't have any life insurance, now what is this?
And do you think it's because we focus more on like the essentials, like you said, mortgage, cell phone, other, tuition? I'm just saying.
When you're younger, I know, most people when they're 20s, they're not thinking about life insurance. They're not thinking about dying anytime soon, And also, you don't really want to talk to your mom or your friends because, like you said, you don't want to picture your mom or your dad, passing. But when they do, because we all gonna go, that stuff is needed in order to live on, your kids and your loved ones and your relatives, because if you don't, now the burden is on them to pay for that. Pay for that funeral, and now you got to come up with 15,000. Even the cremation is the cheapest, and that's 5, 6, 7,000.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And on top of that too, like I've heard a comedian. I'll never forget it. I forgot T.K. Kirkland. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Funny guy.
TK, funny guy, real raunchy too. I ain't gonna say too many names, but he was mentioning about just life insurance. He said he was talking about life insurance. He said you could literally, have your children's children a millionaire. When you pass, make sure that they're left, taken care of. Whether they can split that, saying receiving, I don't know, 6 figures a year, something like that. They'll always have that. And think about it. And that's something I could think of, be like, okay, well, maybe I can, if I go, I can look out for my loved ones and make sure. So again, we should think of it like that instead of thinking more like a negative. Thinking more like a positive too. So you won't have to put them in that predicament of, boom, I got all these bills, all this stuff going on, and yeah,
because that'd be tough. Now you're looking down, and you got the lady tapping on a calculator, and she says $10,000, and now it's. Where are we gonna get this?
Because the worst part is like, look, I'm already going through this funeral, bro. I'm already seeking all
and
this.
The money
like,
burden, that's just a whole.
Yes, I'm
that's a whole other death right there.
Exactly. So I can't take it. Like you said, that fee kid will tell you want to stop and say, all right, that's it. Like, enough with the
it's a little bit too loud right there.
exactly. But man.
Well, yeah, but that was life insurance. Y'all had some good points on that.
Appreciate definitely that topic, though. That's important.
Definitely needed, especially in this time.
Yeah, absolutely. But, so we are gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with our Smooth Club, the show where everyday men discuss every
Check out
day
What's
topic.
Going On Wednesday, a weekly vlog with co-hosts Arrington Gavin and Jonathan Jones. Hear them speak on topics such as sports, men's health, business, current events, and so much more. You don't want to miss as they tackle a range of funny and serious topics. Catch them every Wednesday on YouTube at Rugged Evo TV. Rugged is the new smooth.
Back to our Smooth Club. All right, guys. Let's talk about technology. This day and age. Relationships and stuff, the way that you communicate is changed up from how it was like a while ago. And so, like, do you think that it's shaping?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Do you think it's shaping people like better or worse? Because like relationships, like the way that we communicate, like it shapes us. Like now, people just, I'm gonna just text. Like you trying to talk to a girl, I'm just sliding in the DMs. But like it's kind of the relationships. Like it's. How do you think?
I mean, it can, technology now, honestly, it gets more, we're starting to get more advanced in technology in our society, but it can be a pro and con with it. I mean, the pros is it can help you if you're a public figure or if you're, have a business, it can benefit you, but it can also break you real quick too. It can, technology can separate families. Nobody really sits at the table anymore as a family. I mean, they're on their phone playing freaking Candy Crush or somebody having. I'm just, everything is on the phone, live streaming, we're watching TV, everything is taking over. Video games, you see how much an average video game costs, like $70, dude. And then like people wait in line for like the next game system. So technology is really kind of taking over everything. It prevents kids from being more active outside. So you start looking at, okay, does it affect like, the health rate that goes on? Okay, people are not more active because they're just home chilling, whatever. But they have a lot of within 2020, you had a lot of trainers do their stuff virtually, so it could benefit. Technology does have a pro with it, but I mean, you look at people that like to voice off their opinions on social media, man. I mean, it really doesn't help because it gives people too much power and freedom to say what they want, and sometimes that can store and be in your story for like years and years to come. You apply for this job, and then they look back at that and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" So again, it can be a pro and con, but I don't think it's gonna keep on getting stronger and stronger. I doubt it if it's ever gonna kind of die down.
Yeah, I'm almost like a dinosaur when it comes to the technology. But at first, I was into it, so it can get expensive if you get a new iPhone every year, and earbuds and Apple Watch. I mean, like, they got so much stuff that you can get. If you try to keep up with it, you're gonna have to have 2 or 3 jobs to, keep up with it. And also, as far as the interactions, I think people aren't as interactive personally, in person. Everything is Zoom calls and text message and emails, and everything is kind of impersonal now. So I would like to see it more.
Man, look, when
Personal.
I was still with my parents, I knew it was bad when I would text them, be like, "Hey, look, is dinner ready?" Is dinner? I knew that was I was over. It was like, "Hey, look, is food ready? Can you go down and hand me this?" I'm like, I was literally like, I'm gonna just use the
People
phone.
have 2-hour conversations on text message. You could just pick up the phone and call, and it could be 2-minute conversation.
They're worried about complaining about writing this paper for school, but like you said, they can put a whole paragraph in the text message just with 2 fingers right there, just with 2 fingers.
Like I think though, like what you were talking about, like how they have like the iPhone and the iWatch, iPad. Like I have the watch, and then I have the iPad and iPhone. Like it's a lot if you think about it. Like, but it makes things easier. It's like people have to find that balance where you can use it, but not rely on it. And I think that's a really major thing.
And it's good to make stuff easier, but is it making us more lazy?
Yeah.
That's my thing. With technology, I mean, hell, we got self-driven cars. I mean, I don't want a self-driven car. I watch too much iRobot. I'm like, trying to be like, oh, hold up, I said make it right. Like I would start panicking. So, again, I think it makes us more. Yeah, it helps out. If we have a busy schedule or something, even with like ordering groceries online. I mean, people don't really go on the grocery store anymore. They just boom do that, or get more stuff delivered with all the new apps and everything. But yeah, it can benefit us, but sometimes it make us a little lazy. Like I still want to put the effort in, not trying to lazy myself, because then the older I get, I'm like, if I hit that wall, I'm gonna just be lazy for
if you use it right, it could be really convenient, because I just got into the Apple products, and I like them because it works. Everything works together. You can iPad
That's
sync
the key
to your
thing
watch.
They want is that you get one, you got it. You want the other.
Exactly.
You want this one too.
But my brother tried to get me a long time to get with Apple. I'm not getting with Apple. And once I got one, I said, I understand. Everything.
You were mesmerized, like, oh my god,
it does this.
Yeah.
What?
Let me get the watch too. Let me get the iPad.
Where the keypad at?
But then also, like you said, you don't want to be too reliable. Some people will spin their car in the middle of the street to go back and get their phone, hop the curb.
I mean, it's again. I remember for the first time I went to like just an Apple store when I started messing with Apple. Oh my gosh! I mean, security lines. I'm like, what is this? I'm just going to see. Nope. I mean, it's really advanced. But now, do you think, guys, when you brought up technology, do you think it can technology, social media? Do you think it can improve a public figure? Like, can it benefit someone, like a public figure or a business, or can it mostly break you? Like, what are your thoughts like on that? Because
I mean, I think it's just gonna show your true character at the end of the day. Something's gonna pop up. Somebody's gonna see you doing something. Like, I mean, that's what we need nowadays. Is people want to hide behind and have this image, and that just makes people think on themselves. Like, oh, like I want to be like him. It's like Instagram. Like people, they only post the good things about them. Like you don't see the struggles or whatever that they're going through. People want to project this image of them that's just like kind of changing society, and everybody thinks, oh, well, I gotta be perfect. Like. Like I used to like post like probably once a week, and now I probably might post once a month because like I don't really care that much about it anymore. Like
it depends on how you want to use it. If you have a business or you're a public figure, you can reach around the world now. Now you're not just in the city or your state. At least you global basically. Somebody in Brazil can pick up the phone and see you on social media. But then, like you said, it can be 5 years from now and somebody see you doing something in 2020.
Dancing on a was that you?
There's no way to avoid it.
But and that's for me too, because I was really like laid back and like not caring about Instagram, any of that stuff. And then it didn't dawn on me, especially until like 2020 with the whole pandemic. I had to cancel a lot of like in-person like events that I normally do. I'm like, okay, I gotta be more virtual. So that's when I started picking up more, like instead of one post a month, I did maybe I try to do a post a day, at least, and that's more for me. Most people do like maybe 2 to 3 posts a day, but I said let me try and do a post a day, so I use it more as a business tactic to help continue to help promote and expose my brand. But you look at guys like I'll just think of athletes. I got sports in my head right now. Antonio Brown. You know, I'm just saying, like he screwed himself up at the time through social media. I mean, he didn't do it there, but he said, you know what, I got a phone, I got something once I get off this camp, and it messed him up. So again, you have it where, I mean, you just got to use it to your advantage. I mean, use it wisely,
That's
use
a
it
big
smartly.
thing is just taking a step back every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Just go outside, have a conversation with somebody. But that was a good topic, I think.
That was really good. Really good.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with our Smooth Club.
Well, guys, another great show. You know, I hope everyone enjoyed and was definitely informed. And we talked about some really good topics. So I appreciate your time, guys. And hey, for all those watching out there, be sure to continue to tune in to our Smooth Club, the show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rugged Evo TV. And before we end it off, guys, I want to make a toast on just all the people out there fighting overseas, man, men and women. It's a job that's something that, I'm not brave enough to do, man. It's no one can be brave enough to do that. Leave their families and continue to battle to help protect our country. So, guys, cheers. Take care, everybody.
Come on.